Okay, I want to say hello again everybody, it's me Wushu Richard and welcome to another video. First of all I want to say that this video is for Mike Reese. Hello Mike Reese, my bro. I want to say thank you so much for the support, and also to everybody who does watch my videos, thank you very much, you know who you are. This video, I will say this is a reply to Mike Reese's reply that he did for me, because Mike Reese asked me to make a video talking about why I don't like competition so much in fighting, in competition sport like in the martial arts, and how I feel about martial arts on the whole in that way. So I made a video and I was talking to him about that. Then Mike Reese made another reply to that, and he was telling me lots of his thoughts on that, you know, he was sharing his thoughts on that. And it was just, I love it, back and forth, you know, communication, honest, and we're so alike in so many ways, yeah. And we are honest and true to what we believe in and what we do in our arts, okay? I think that's fair, and it's fair even for people that do MMA, even though I don't like MMA as such, and certain aspects of sport fighting, and I will say that, okay, there's certain aspects I don't like of sport fighting. I did say I hate it on the whole, because it's in a package of poop, like, let's be honest. But I won't say that there's no good you can get from it, because there's good and bad you can get from everything in life, right? You could say the whole subject, martial arts, is there good and bad in it? There's good and bad, it's life, it's what we do, you know. Life's not perfect, because our actions are not perfect, and if they were, it'd be a disaster, alright? So, and again, excuse me, so we've had a sports day today in the college, okay, it's sports day, competition, and everything. So I've been taking part in running competitions, running with students and teachers, and it's funny, you know, it's a rainy day though, you know, oh my god. So I'm just taking part in that for a bit of fun, you know. I want to say, anyway, Mike Reese made this video talking, replying to my video I made with a request, and then yesterday I made another video to reply to that. Now the video you're watching now, this video, is a remake, because last night I sat in front of this camera as usual and I replied to everything he said basically in that video. I came, Mike Reese, hello, talking to you bro, so I said it as well. But I'm saying, you know, I covered all of my thoughts on it. I covered, again, the good and the bad aspects, okay, but I deleted the video. I deleted it because it was just too long and I was rambling. Too much, I mean, also, even about my own fears and confidence and fear, and I was going into deep depths, and it makes it so exaggerated. It wasn't worth that, because I'm also grateful, I will say this just quickly, I'm also grateful to you, Mike Reese, for you know, giving those words of encouragement about trying to be more confident in how you speak to people, and like how I speak with people and stuff, you know, like face to face. We all need to find that confidence sometimes, so I do agree with you. But at the same time, we're all different. We are different, and we all find different ways. And I believe it's the wise mind, that's what does it, the wise and the way you do it. Because it might work for some people to be right in your face and standing up to people and like, I think this is what it is. But for some people that it might not work so well. You know, it's like, so you have to find other ways. So for me, it's like finding that I might have the key, I only have this key. You know, it's like I have a key for the door, you have a key for the door also. But they're the same kind of key, or something, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's for the same job, for opening the door, but it's like, this is my one and this is your one. Anyway, for example, people in life, I'm saying, and I try different doors until I find that one. And even if I find the door that I can open, if it's the same one as you, but not the same one as this person, or not the same one, but this is my one, you know. That's what it is. You know? So basically, we have our own ways of dealing and communicating with people. I'm not going to go too deep into that subject. All I'll say is I'm very grateful for what you said to me. And you know, it's a mind thing. That's all it really is. It's a mind thing, but life is real. And we have to be real in real situations, and we have to do what's worth. So in terms of fighting, even with words, your mind is standing up for yourself sometimes. Yeah, I do agree that we all need to do that in some situations, right? We have to just face it. We have to deal with things ourselves sometimes. But what I will say is, I know from experience, just being Richard, because you will never be Richard, I'm me, right? I know that every time that's happened, it's always become to the point where the guy, you know, the other person's not happy. And I try to avoid arguments or that as such. If it's not work, if it's petty as such, you know what I mean? If it's petty, ridiculous stuff. Because I don't want to get into a fight for nothing either and get knocked out by some big tough guy either. I use, in combative situations, I know what I know in the martial arts, just my bit. That's all I can say. Right? So I'm not going to go too deep. You know, I respect you really very much, okay, Mike Reese. Thank you so much for sharing. Just to let you know, I was talking to the camera last night, making this video for you, in so much more depth. It's about the sport side, and then also the confidence side in life, my opinions on that, my thoughts. And I was talking for like 2 hours or more, it might have been, and it was like too much anyway. And I even sent you a message on YouTube and Facebook, and I told you that I'd done the video. But I thought, you know, this is ridiculous. This is too long, and it's like, who's going to listen to me, you know, rambling about all this crap? I thought I'll just make another one now, fresh and just simple. So let's cover a few points, right? Covering a few things you said. Realistic fighting and training is very, very important. Yeah, there's injuries in schools sometimes too, which are more than sport fighting, which is true. Sometimes, and yeah, street fighters can be hardcore. Yeah, you don't know what kind of situation you're in. Might be multiple attackers. You have to move and flow and fight in different ways. So in the classes, you have to keep it real. Also, right, you can't be just one-on-one and just exactly Wing Chun or karate and expect it to be like the drills in the class. You have to train to higher levels as you work up, as you've worked from the basic training first of all, and then do more real kinds of training. And I really agree with what you said about many things you said, like the bear pits and all that they used to be, or like the you know, like ancient Greece and ancient Egypt, and there's been sport fighting and fighting all over the years. You brought up another point again about the Kumite, or the Kyokushin karate, when these guys bust themselves the fuck up. It's unbelievable, it's ridiculous. I love karate, but I don't like that aspect, it's just ridiculous, okay? Same for some Muay Thai and all that. You know, I'm not going to go into too much detail though, but I love all martial arts, but you know, I'm just saying, funny the joke we had about the razor sharp katanas too, yeah? No, and kendo and razor sharp katanas. But you know, you got martial arts and then you got martial farts, you know? You know what I mean? It's like, you can't play around in martial arts. And there's so many schools that do play around, let's face it, over the years. Just playing around. Just doing robotic moves over and over again and expecting to make some art work in a real fight, you know, and it's not always going to happen. And things like Krav Maga are hardcore. I know what you mean. It's like, you know, it's like, so things like when you're free and you're able to do anything. You mentioned something really good, and I've been keeping this in mind. I'm going to say this again to you here. Kaju Kembo, when you these Kaju Kembo, when you could ring these things where there's I saw it on Fight Quest. These are, you know, when they call out a number and somebody comes in, you know, the people coming in to attack, you don't know who it's going to be, where they're coming from, just like, again, like Steven Seagal's Aikido, Randoris and stuff, but I'm saying real hardcore. I mean, really, they're able to take you down. It's like hardcore too. You might get hurt, you know, it might put pressure on you, and there might be 2 or 3 people at the same time. You might be facing someone might pull a training gun or a training knife, or like you said, all those things. You have to be aware. You see this different kind of training too. You see, like in the ninjutsu, like Bujinkan with you know, Masaki Asumi or anything like that. Sometimes you see these videos online where they do like sense training, like somebody being aware. You sit there and someone comes from behind you to come down with a sword, and you have to like roll to the side or avoid this. That stuff, whether you believe in that kind of stuff, I don't know how you feel about that. Myself, I don't know personally about the senses to that. I believe in being super aware. I am so aware, bro. I'm not boasting, right? What is there to boast? When you say, I can do this, or I can do that, it's not, yeah, so what? Yeah, I'm not, when I say what I can do, I'm not saying it to like compare with anybody else, but I'm saying that I have enhanced myself. I have developed abilities over the years from martial arts, and I've enhanced them. It's enhanced me. My awareness. Someone could be walking on the street. I'm not boasting. I'm not aware of everything, obviously, but it's like I'm aware of different things from all different angles. What's going on? And I'm very aware of when someone's coming up, walking on the street. The whole picture. When someone a slight smile on his face or something trying to change, I can see that. My peripheral vision, for example, now, I might be I'm looking over there and nobody knows that I can see the whole image over there, what's going on. It's like my peripheral vision and overall awareness and circle is expanding. I can almost feel their movement when they're walking the street. It might sound so mysterious. We say, "Oh really, Rich? Come on then, let me just fucking wrestle you down to the ground and give you some Ronda Rousey. You knock you the fuck out of your Wing Chun, you skinny Rich." Maybe. But what I'm trying to say, I know exactly the awareness. I've really gained a lot of awareness, and I feel it's got to be from the martial arts. It just feels that connection, because the training I do, a lot of balance and flowing movements and all this, and the training I've had, like in Kung Fu training, like you got two parts. You got the flowing stuff, you got the wushu and all that, but then you've got the close quarters combat and the sticky hand, pushy hand. So it's all come together. I've really enhanced my senses and balance, and I'm aware more so. I don't know. I don't want to say paranoia, but it's like being so aware, because you might get the wrong idea. But I'm saying studying, and I don't know, I'm just absorbed. I'm just in such a connection of what's going on around me. Someone's moving with the way he's stepping, and I've studied my bodily balance and movement so much that I'm aware of it. But there's aware and then there's aware, and there's like martial arts ability, and then there's martial arts ability, like real fighting ability. For example, you might be aware of what's going on around you, but when someone just comes out of the blue, starts shouting, "What the fuck?" and just punches you in the fucking head, some tough guy or some thug or something from the side, you could come unstuck. Anyone could, you know what I mean? Or it's like, well, again, fighting ability. Like I say, you might be training in a school, just like you said, right? Staying together with the pressure and that, all the sticky hand or the locks and all the working the drills, even good sparring. But what happens is on the street, when some thug comes at you, you just don't even know from a funny angle, or you get pounced upon, you know. So, yeah, can you deal with that? And this is really the question, exactly. That's one thing I'll say there. So Kajik Kembo kind of training is good, I admit, right? For me it's all Kung Fu, and I thank you for mentioning the Wushu in my name too. It's funny, I put in the beginning, Wushu Richard, yeah, you know, it's like, I always feel bad about it, like, because I was like Wushu Richard, and I feel like, in a way, that's really seen as, even in China, some of the like Wushu's, like the showy, flowery stuff, compared, you know, whereas like you said, like, oh, it was the original, you know, of Kung Fu, the original, like, the fighting, like, yeah, but it's like, now you get people, I feel, people who just, a lot of people that misunderstand it. They just think, if you type in Wushu, believe me, you go onto YouTube and you type in Wushu, watch what you see, have a look what comes up, most of it, let's be real, apart from fucking ridiculous, like, or new computer games and stuff, but I'm saying, if you type in the word Wushu, have a look what comes up. Apart from my shit, what you'll see is loads of show type, sporty type, you know, the flowing forms and all this, and they're very, very acrobatic, much more amazing than me, what I'm doing, but you know, but it's like, not geared towards fighting. You don't see that. You don't see a lot of that, with real ability. And then, let's face it, you know, and then every time you go to Kung Fu videos or traditional martial art videos, like, you see, I mean, as in what I regard as traditional, I'm saying, as in effective, real stuff. You see, you're going to see videos of people, whether they be in gis or whatever kind of traditional clothes, and they're doing drills or anything, any kind of sparring or something. It's just so rigid, so formalised, so fucking, oh, here they are, let's do martial arts, you know. But then, or you're going to see, and very rarely, I'm saying, you'll see really good skill. People are really trapping up, going into fighting combat. But I'm not talking about boxing, I'm not talking about Muay Thai, even though these are great. I'm not talking about any of this modern sports stuff you see. You know, fair enough, you've got Taekwondo Olympics and that. I know Aikido's great, I think. But, you know, so again, though, I'm not talking about MMA and all this hardcore, you know, that's the real deal, yeah, and free flow. And then fair enough, you've got Krav Maga, and like you say, Kajik Kembo and all this kind of stuff, and Silat and all that, right, those arts. But what I'm trying to say is, the traditional arts, you know, really, like Wushu, Kung Fu, and I'm not playing around, Tiger or Snake because I watched Jackie Chan. I'm saying that really, these technical men, they were experts at Tiger Kung Fu, you know, there are people who could really use these abilities, Tai Chi, Bagua, who, if you come at them and use all your power, running at them, people from all angles, and I'm not just talking about because I watched a lot of kung fu movies. I believe that these skills are real and work. My beliefs, I'll tell you this, bro, I'm a skinny little me, yeah. My beliefs do not come from the fact that I've been bullied all my life and I want to believe in martial arts to defend myself. Because that does not work. I get myself knocked the shit out. I'll be knocked the fuck out, you know. Really. I'm telling you, all of my martial arts ability, I swear it, I'm telling you now. And I'm not saying I've got confidence that I can take on anybody. I'm not saying I've got the ego in that, because I would get knocked the fuck out if someone was coming up to me. If someone started shouting at me on the street or speaking, I'll be nervous, I'll be looking away, but I'm always aware. But when the guys, you know, it's like, if someone was coming at me or to attack me, I'd also be very afraid of fish coming back. It's like, I have abilities there. And if someone was grabbing on me, that's where I've really got the, I feel I've really gained such a, I don't want to say for grappling, but that's kind of what it's like. Wing Chun, sticky hand, and Tai Chi and that. Tai Chi, I've really gotten some basic understanding of like Aikido and certain locks and stuff and Hapkido. But it's like, I've gained a lot, developed a lot of ability in that. I'm not boasting, I'm just saying that to absorb and with my whole bodily structure and throw and flow of their energy and the manipulation. So, and then working in strikes, and in the Wing Chun, as I said, my main art, as I say, I find that works really well. So, I used to do kickboxing, as I say, hardcore. I mean, it was hardcore for me, yeah, and they might have been going soft on me, but that was hardcore for me. There was punching, kicking like a madman, and I was blocking and going in. I was trying to fight, and only when I started to learn my 5 animal kung fu later on, only then did I start actually blocking better against their attacks. So, whereas a lot of people would think that's ridiculous, it's not going to work, all this animal stuff and kung fu, but it was working for me. With the gloves on and every boxing glove, I was like working and blocking in. And I wasn't even near the level I'm at now, I'm not boasting. If I was like really, like nowadays with the Wing Chun, I would like to see, I'm not boasting, I wouldn't like to see a fist coming towards me. That's my natural reaction, right? Or some violent thing. But when it's like, I'm just saying, as a human being. But I would like to test it. I would like to do some sparring with someone and say, okay, let's put. Even if we have to put the gloves on, fair enough, and I can't grab or I can't have so much freedom. But if we have the gloves on, okay, and I'm going to use pure Wing Chun Kung Fu, and you use boxing. Not you. I'm saying. I mean, someone to get up. I'm not looking for a suicide, you know what I'm saying? With the masters. You know, people know, I'd like to literally test my ability with Wing Chun. But the thing is, some of the movements are very, the way I do it, so with the big gloves that get in the way. But definitely though, work my Wing Chun, even if they were padded up or something, but I wouldn't be striking in so hard, but working my alignment. Because I do that with bare hands anyway. But someone who's actually literally coming at me with more like a boxing style, or even Muay Thai, or even someone coming at me with like, more free flow, and then like more like street fighting stuff. But even if we're like controlled and that, Kajri Kembo, whatever you see, I'd love to try my Wing Chun out of all my martial arts ability. Because I don't just work in a structure. What I'm trying to say, going back to what I was saying, right, all of my what I believe in my martial arts has come from experience, and I'm not boasting about it. I'm not saying, I've never had people like coming on the street really like, over the years I have, but I'm saying in the recent years I haven't had people coming up with this and that. But what I'm trying to say is, in training with people and not playing around training, I mean really like controlling the force, all of my ability that I believe in, comes from two sides. One side is the balance and the technique in my body, like from learning the kung fu, the flowing stuff, and the actual to learn about my balance in the center, so I understand the body much better. And the other side is of like pressure when someone's grabbing me or trying to pull, push, wrestle me aside or coming in. Just in what I know, I'm not comparing to some big tough guys out there or anyone else, or even what you might do at Aikido. I'm just saying, well, what I know what works for me, or what works for me, or what would work for me in certain situations. It's like I don't feel good enough, and I feel every martial arts expert or teacher out there should be like this. I really do believe this. Okay, not little me. You can regard me as nothing. I'm saying, for example, anyone out there, even if you're a very good teacher. Now, I've been doing teaching over the last 10 years as a student, just my little bit, okay? My Wing Chun to help people out, men and women too, but I'll get onto that subject in a minute, girls and boys. But what I'm saying is, like, my teaching comes from the heart, but I forgot what the fuck I was going to say. I'm just saying, right, I believe every teacher should be humble and say, I'm not teaching you an art which works and is like perfect and this is the art. It's like, you say, I'm teaching my ability, the skills here, and here they are, you know, practice this, see how you use it, you know. But this is not the ultimate way. By all means, you can go and learn MMA, Muay Thai, whatever, and learn. And how you use these Kung Fu techniques that I show you, you will be maybe different. You will be so much more efficient than me, maybe. And you may be skinnier than me. No. Well, anyone? No. You know, or you may be bigger and tougher than me. But it's not about how many techniques. It's not about this or that. It's not about saying one teacher is a god. You know, it's not about or daydreaming and just saying this is what it is, you know, martial arts. And no, real life and defense. And like you say, you could end up dead or in hospital, and you have to move and be able to fight. So, but what I'm saying is when you see that, when you said things about like, was it Ronda Rousey or these people or people trying to do judo or whatever in the ring and certain things not working, you know, yeah, you don't try to do things. There's words of Steven Seagal, again, epic, when he said, you know, he did say it. He said, "I'm gonna fuck you up ugly. Africa, I don't have no beef with you." In a gentle Richard style voice. I'm just saying, but when Steven Seagal said, you know, trying is rubbish, trying, what do you mean trying, you know, trying useless, you know, and all that in the documentary, the guy said, you know, he's like, you don't try to do judo, you don't try, I don't go into an MMA fight and say, alright, I'm going to use Kung Fu on you. You see what I'm trying to say? That's what I'm trying to say. MMA champion goes out onto the street, he goes home, go after his Burger King or whatever, he's on the train, and somebody just pops him the fuck out, some bum, some thug on the street, or whips a knife out and just slashes him across the cheek. Gotcha, you punk, you weren't expecting that one. You know what I'm trying to say though? You see what I'm trying to say? Anyone. So, it's not that I go into the ring and I say, you know, or some little kid just steals your keys from your pocket, you didn't even realise, it's like some, you know, monkeys. It's like, so the martial arts is a skill. It's like I wouldn't just go up there and say, here, let's fight now. But you might want to do that, like you said back in the day. People wanted to see who was the best, so they were, okay, let's test our skill. I know you're fully aware I'm going to attack. I'm fully aware you are, but I don't give a shit. Bring it on. Let's fight. You know, and I understand that mentality too. Even though I don't understand it because it's like ridiculous to put yourself in danger in competition, but I understand where you're coming from in terms of wanting to test yourself to that level, and I understand that some people want to do it, and hence the MMA and all of that. And if they like laying on the floor as well, as in terms of the ground fighting stuff, then they do that as well. But it doesn't fit me, you know. My life is like, I'm like a monk, as I say, I live a peaceful life. I want to just go through my life wisely, trying to avoid all confrontations, no matter if people think I'm a coward because I speak quietly and nice, and humble, and I look away and they can continue how they want. But if I can give confidence to another person, even if I've got less than them, good, because I know it's a power. It's like the humbleness is the power, I believe. These people don't have it in them to better themselves without shitting on the world. So when someone out has the chance, when you've got the chance to better someone's life, when you've got the chance to, I don't know the best way to put this, to shine light in the darkness and into the dark, you know, you can do it, you can do more. You can do more without trying to force things. You're going in the flow of nature is the way, but don't follow crap. Don't walk into the darkness, walk into the light. This is what I choose to do. The people in the darkness will look over there and they'll point, look at that guy standing over there. And they'll be looking at you like you're in the dark. Look at that guy, why are you smiling for? Don't look at me, or you should be confident in yourself, or speak louder. Speak up, man. Speak up, boy. What you saying? The way they treat people, they look at people like you're a coward, you're this or that, and there's intimidating people in the world. It's in their nature to be like that because it's coming from fear and lack of understanding about truth and reality in themselves. And I pity these people. You know, it's like you can't help them, fine, but. You know, sometimes there's been times where like I'll be like, okay then, well I can't win you over, so I'll give them support and confidence in some way to surprise them, and also to kind of like in certain areas where it makes them feel better about themselves, and then hope, as long as someone feels better about themselves, you know, that's a start, right? But it's like, I would never like, that's like being like clever how I'm doing it invisibly, you know, trying to give people confidence, so they feel that I'm giving them confidence in like, I'm not saying you at all, I'm saying some people out there who don't know me so well, you know, some people who are like trying to tell me to be confident, for example, or trying to, because they think that I don't know anything, I'm just this little numbskull, you know, and they'll be like talking, and I'm like, yeah, thanks for that, thanks for your advice, thanks. And another day when I see them again, I'll just put on a show, you know, and I'll go out again and I'll say, thanks for that the other day, you helped me a lot with that, thanks for that. And they'll be like, oh yeah, that's it. And they'll feel good. And I'm helping them feel better about themselves. You know what I'm saying? I don't care that they feel they're better. He's like, I'm showing them that, see, you've helped somebody. He'll believe that he's helped me, even though it's nothing to me. It doesn't mean anything to me, but he'll feel good. And I'm showing him, so I'm helping him to even feel stronger. He was fake in the beginning, but he's turning in, he's learning that, yeah, what if there was someone that was quiet and timid in the world? You don't have to shit on people. But I will never support someone who goes and bullies people, puts people down. I won't do that. But I have no problem with people trying to feel big or trying to feel better or trying to bring attention to themselves if they're doing something that's good. You know what I mean? It's like, for example, I'll give you an example. When everybody was against like Chosen Ninja before, a lot of people was against Chosen Ninja for this or that, and they were like, some people were against him. People don't like people for different reasons. Fair enough. You know, you can avoid them, but it was like some people were saying that Chosen Ninja was like fake. But what the fuck does that mean, fake in martial arts? But I'm saying when they were saying though that Chosen Ninja was, he's doing all this for himself, you know, and it's on videos and stuff. He's making all these videos for people and all this for himself. He's actually very selfish. Fair enough. But the way I see it is he's doing all this good stuff. He's been sharing all this knowledge. I've learned so much from his videos too, and it's like, you know. It's good stuff. It hasn't hurt anyone. So even if someone's being kind or doing all this stuff, and they don't, even if someone didn't believe in it in their heart, and all it is for attention, then let's face it, you're going to put somebody down because they, just want more attention, or they want more friends, or they want people to say, oh, you're great, or they want people to gravitate to them. Or even if they want one more friend, they might be lonely, or they might want more friends. This is wisdom. You do good for the world. Fuck it. The truth's in your heart. Even if you're fake, slowly you will learn more in your life. I'm not saying I believe anyone's a fake. I don't believe in this word fake. There's no such thing as a fake human being. There's only misperceptions and misunderstanding, what's the word, you know? People get the image of people. It's like that sentence I said before, you know, about like, you know, they always say like first impressions also are the most important thing, but you can't know someone from the first impression, so that's bullshit. Nobody gives you a bad impression or a good impression. You give yourself a bad nobody gives you I give someone a bad impression or I give someone a good impression, so they will treat me a certain way. Fucking bullshit. You can choose how you treat anybody in life. You know what I mean? Respectfully, and the same way you like me treated. People always get, no matter who you are, there's people who get different impressions of different people. Different people getting different impressions of the same fucking person. That person's not fucking doing anything. But it's based on how people see others, based on the people that they've grown up with, or the people that they've been around, and what they've learned from the society, or what kind of person's accepted, or what kind of person's regarded as this or that. He's too timid, too quiet, you've got no confidence, fuck yourself. Or this guy's full of ego, or this guy's great because he's like so confident. You just follow what people say, or how they dress, or what they say. You know, it's all the same old shit. So that's what I'm trying to say. So for me, I'm not saying you, I'm saying, you know, people say, that's what I'm saying. So it's all crap. So we have no reason not to just understand that we are who we are, and we shouldn't judge people. Like with me, okay? What's judging me anyway? You can judge somebody and either be wrong or right. Well, so what? They're a human being, you know. No, this person's a negative person. We're going to knock them the fuck out or let them die? No. How about trying to help someone? Or how about trying to understand that people have got they've had bad experiences in their life, or whatever it might be the reason, or that person's very quiet. Why is that person very quiet? Why is that person or maybe really nervous to like share their ideas, or there's many things. But that person there, you don't know their intentions or what they want. And if you did, you might respect them more. If you knew another human being more, as in how they think and feel, you just might respect them more. Because I believe it's like a mirror. We're all the same. Even though we're different, we've all got emotions. A poor kid in a poor part of the world growing up, in a poor place, in wars and stuff or whatever, and somebody else in a rich, comfy life. But these two people they're the same, really. You've got the emotion, right? The human instinct is there under it all. So what I'm trying to say is they're just confused by all this bullshit in the world. So anyway, I don't want to I'm rambling now a lot, but that's what I feel, that morality comes from in you. So with me, I don't treat people a certain way based on the way they treat me. You know, like you have to earn my respect to a certain degree, and that's a fucking certain degree. Or like, you don't deserve my respect. That's not the point. No, I don't. I respect and forgive everyone, just like. Again, I know he's a Buddhist, and I'm just saying. But for example, I'm just saying, like, Steven Seagal, when he said, like, he sees everyone around him like a brother or a sister. Yeah, I'm like that. I can see them. I can understand. Everybody goes through their own paths of thinking, and it can get cluttered sometimes, and they don't see the light, or there's not the right people around you, or situations where you can learn a different thing, something else. You're just stuck in a rut or stuck on a certain path, certain winding path, if you like, and there could be another one that's better or more suited to you. So what I'm trying to say is, for me though, it's like, if someone's nasty, to my attitude is, if someone's nasty or rude to me, then I can choose whether to argue with them or think negative thoughts about them, or totally avoid them and never speak to them again. I can choose all these negative ways that are not doing anything, or things that are not positive as such, things that are not or I can choose to still speak to them, or I can choose to kiss ass and follow them like an idiot, or try and beg them for understanding and respect, or try and argue with them and speak, show my point. It doesn't make a difference if they turn around and say, okay, listen to me. What, am I the winner? No, fuck that. It's not. Is it real? It's just cowardly, fucking combative bullshit argument. So I don't waste my time with idiots. I'll rather help someone by not letting the situation get more tangled, complex, complicated, and enforce their own ego. That's not helping someone. That's helping them become more ill. And I'm trying to help people become more healthy. So with me, it's like, if someone's negative towards me, this is not a reason for me not to respect them. Yeah, I'm saying that, right? But if I don't respect somebody, I'm fucking wrong, and that's what it's like. It doesn't mean I should respect someone who does nasty, if someone's trying to hit me, that's not wrong. But I understand it's coming from a place of darkness and confusion, and this negative thing needs to be stopped. That's what it's about. It's not about fear, it's not about confidence, it's not about love, hate, all this stuff that we feel, all these emotions or thoughts. It's complex. The real simple thing is just what's going on. The fist coming at you, how do you move from that? What someone says is coming from a feeling in them, it's just coming from their mind and interpreting through language in their mouth, or action or words. So it's like a punch almost. It's like I have to find a way around it. But it's like you can't deal with what you can't see. So I can't see their mind, so I think to myself, okay, I might as well be like a ninja then. And be like, okay, I'll be like, you can't see me, I'm not going to give you, I'll give as much as you give me as well, It's not a lot, I'm not going to give you a lot, either. It's like, martial, I'll be there first in terms of attacking, martial skill. You'd be on the ball, in real combat, like the ninja's word, a ninja. But I'm saying, forget that though, for the point, right? I'm just saying, if someone respects me and is nice and kind to me, of course I want to be kind back and respectful back. But it's not that they've earned it and that's what it is. Every human being has my respect before when I even meet them. It's like, nobody needs to earn I don't look at people, I look at you, this person speaks quietly. Excuse me, can you speak up a little bit please? Yeah, you're not very confident, you should be confident in yourself. Like you were saying to me, I know that's great and that's very encouraging, but I'm saying there are people out there who just do this by habit on a daily basis, and they just, oh, this is so-and-so here, yeah, he's the new guy here, yeah, he's doing pretty well now, aren't you, yeah, and then this guy's trying to make himself so big, like, this guy's following me, he's the new guy, and for example, he's like, nobody's bigger than anyone, right, get that straight, we're all human beings, I'm not saying nobody's bigger than anyone, this is a human being here, you get the impression that someone is weak or this or that, I'm not weak, what's weak? because I was born with a certain amount of cells or muscles in my body and blood and the way the hair is and this thing that has grown as a baby animal. You know what I mean? Compared to someone else, what about it? I am what I am. I'm just an existence of life here. You're going to start, arguing with goldfish or dogs or another human being. Oh, life's what it is. It's beautiful. Just fuck that. So I don't need to compare with anyone on a bullshit language level because I'm already just this thing anyway, and they're this. So that's the reality of it. Fuck that. So basically, that's defence of myself. That's what it's about. I know what you mean. Like mind, standing up for yourself and things like that. Yeah, fair enough. Because it might affect you in life. In terms of attacking, though, in terms of fighting, yeah, I agree with what you said. I've just remembered something that I said yesterday about the Kajra Kembo and stuff like that. For example, I wouldn't be very confident to be going into a Kajra Kembo. Well, I would love to do it, but I'm saying I wouldn't feel very confident in situations where it's like so free or like that, or even like randomies. Because with me, I wouldn't be going in for like, okay, come at me, someone from this angle, I'm going to go into a lock, elbow the guy, someone else just come and block and punch. I can do all that, yeah. But it's like, I'm not this big tough guy. I'll be like flowing and literally I would have to be, and I wouldn't want to do it because my attacks would be there to finish, to kill them straight away. It might sound very funny, or to really break them up so fucking bad with every strike. When he comes at me, grabbing me from the side, I won't just go, okay, wrist lock, turn back, elbow, he's padded up and then elbow, look, let's go punch. Okay, wrestle a bit, yeah, punch, for a kick. Somebody comes from behind and wrestles me to the ground, okay, go into an arm bar, leg lock. It won't be like that. With me, it'll be like, absorb whatever's coming in. My intention, my way of doing it, is so subtle and different things I've trained on different levels, will be like, the guy comes to grab me there, real life, I'm saying. So I don't want to do this ever to someone, I'm saying, my way of training would be for real combat, because someone comes at me, grab me there, as soon as he grabs my elbow and smashes his teeth out, literally, my attack will be there to it'd be so disgusting, I wouldn't want to do it, but literally smash all of his fucking teeth out and his jaw off, and literally fucking kill him. Come on, maybe kill him. I'm saying in terms of the combat philosophy, in terms of the way I believe in like, executing power, really smashing his skull, literally, it's the terrible thing, you know what I mean? Really, when someone's going, it would have to be, in terms of real deadly combat, it would have to be so deadly. In like the ninja times in the ancient days, someone's coming at you, you throw him on the floor. As soon as the guy goes down to the floor, step on his neck, break his neck. Literally, it'll be like, you know what I mean? So, when you're going in for a strike, you've got to crack ribs. You've got to go straight into the throat and do some. It's always so, you know what I mean? Throw, get into the arm lock or whatever. When he spins around and literally push him down the staircase, it's got to be like so on the floor. When he comes at me, like you see these movies, these big tough guys doing like Krav Maga and all that. I know they do these kind of locking techniques, but with me it'd be like that because I'm so soft, when they're coming at me, I'd literally absorb it, go right into the wall, smash, flowing the wind straight to the head, and it wouldn't be just tip tap elbow. It'd have to be a point where I'm going to have to break something. It'd have to be that point, and you might think it might sound like I'm just boasting and giving a load of crap here, but that's why I would be really afraid that I would get really, really hurt, suffocated, beaten down to a pulp if I was doing that kind of training. I would be beaten up badly if I were not able to do the real deal. So in a training situation, you're not going to be able to do that, are you? And even on the street, you shouldn't be trying to hurt people. But I'm saying that's why my training is different. I would be training to actually really finish them straight away. And it might sound psychopathic, but I wouldn't be able to deal with that. I'm not strong enough, I feel. And you can train your endurance and that, but I wouldn't feel good enough to actually block, fight this guy off, somebody else comes in that, and have to literally break this guy and then go, even in training. Because if the guy is still coming back, it wouldn't be realistic. That means that every strike I do is not like MMA guys, boom, boom, and that boom, boom. Black eye, broken eye. My attack in my mind is there to actually really finish them. And you say, most people are. They're thinking of knockouts as well. They're thinking of powerful kicks to finish them. I know, but I'm saying it's just a different kind of training what I'm doing. So what I'm trying to say is, like I'm a ninja, So what I'm trying to say is, if there's a fight, if there's a problem in terms of battle, like back in the ancient days, if there was a fight going on that lasted any more seconds or minutes, it was an absolute waste. It was absolutely terrible, wasn't it? It was supposed to be on the battleground in the ancient days. You kill the guy as soon as he comes at you. It should be straight away. It is done. the guys or like finishes on the floor. You cannot fight anymore. You can turn around. Some people spinning knives and blading weapons. You've got to make sure you catch that, finish this guy, because somebody else is coming from behind. You know, bows and arrows flying all over the fucking place. You know, it's like, oh my god. So it's like you have to treat it like the real deal. This tough guy is so big and tough. It can even be one attacker, one street fighter on the road. You know, could you deal with that? You can't just back up and block and this and that, because you come unstuck. So my martial arts would be, the first instinct of you to see me in a fight, the first thing I'll do is run away like a coward. That's Wilshire Richard. Get a fucking way, really. But if it was like really on me, like I couldn't get away, I'd be like going straight in and like all carnage, just like doing it. Like, when I say carnage, I don't mean we would be duking it out together, boom, boom, because I'll be knocked the fuck out, skinny me, and I probably would get knocked the fuck out as well. But I'm saying, it would be like, it's not like MMA, it'd be like, just go straight in. I can't explain it, it's kung fu. It's like a different kind of training, but I know what I would do in terms of, when I told you, the only things I believe in my martial arts are just from the experiences I've had. So fair enough, I haven't had loads of street fights and all that, of course not. Okay, so what the fuck am I talking about then, right? But I've trained with like some of my students, when you taught them a little bit of my martial arts, you know, we've had sticky hands and stuff, and I've been training with people who've been trying to apply pressure. There's been boys and girls, too, as I say, men and women, young women. But there's also been some guys I've trained with over the last a couple of years who have been pretty strong in themselves, in their physique, stronger than me in some ways. And there's one guy who had some experience in Wing Chun that was pretty good. And we did sticky hands, and we did a bit of Tai Chi. It was like, that was very, very hard, because I could feel the structure, and I was learning about the whole body. So I know what I could do. So what I'm trying to say is, for me, it's always been about this, and it always will be about this. Martial arts for me is like, I'm not training so that I can stand up to other martial artists, or like go into a martial arts competition, because you don't know what different styles are out there. This is the thing, you get so used to being stuck in one or certain systems that you're not ready for other systems, and you don't have to deal with it. It's great and everything, and that's a very good part of the training as a martial artist. You should be, you know, and the only way to get more real understanding of different arts that you practice is to really train with them, or against, you know, with real people, sparring or competition, all that, you know. So what I'm trying to say is, for me though, I'm training just to, as a normal human being, just to enhance my levels up to the best that I can, get the knowledge, always improving and getting better. But it's like, it's a path of life, really, a path of peace, as I say, to get from my life. It's like, just to defend against the average street fighter. And a lot of street fighters out there are so bloody more alive and more dangerous than some of the martial artists. I know they can knock me the fuck out. But I'm saying, to be able to defend against basic attacks, just basic defence, that's what I'm doing it for. And that's why I teach people too, just basic defence. You see these girls, there's a lot of students that I've taught have been girls too. Young, but they're learning basic, you know, defence. I just teach them the basics of what I know, and that, you know, and I just love kung fu, I love martial arts, but, you know, last thing I'll say is girls and women, okay? Girls and women doing the martial arts or getting into sport, combat, competition fighting, I don't like it. I know they keep talking about men and women are equal and they want equal right. Fair enough, all that. I know all that. And I know women are strong, so they can have babies and their minds are very stronger than men sometimes. But what I'm trying to say is, right, men are men, women are women. That's how I feel. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Excuse my language, right? There's yin and yang forever, yin yang, nature for life, you know. And what are the characteristics of a female over the years? Obviously more soft and gentle and all that, and different thing, right? And you know, a woman, the female characteristics of a female are female. no bullshit. If I start getting into language explaining that, then you say politics and all this fucking bollocks. Or people, the characteristics of a male are male. So you know, I would say, you know, strong, you know, and all that, and that's why the men used to go hunting and that in the forest back in the ancient day when the women were at home in the forest. It weren't the fact that, oh, okay, the man just sits on his fucking arse and the woman goes out and does all that, going hunting and that. There's different reasons. So it doesn't mean women can't do martial arts. I'm a big fan like Cynthia Rothrock and that. If I had a daughter, if I was to have a daughter, which I don't have any kids, I would want my daughter to learn martial arts even more than my son. I know you mentioned your son and that, you know. If I had kids, I'd be teaching them and I'd be getting them to train martial arts. Because I feel women and girls need to learn martial arts for self-defence also. If they want to, they can. It can protect them. And I've been teaching that certain skills to some of my students, and it's great. And it's not all about being so big and all this and that, because it's about technique as well. But it's also about some kind of power inside. You see some of these women, you see how tough they look in the MMA these days, Ronda Rousey, and you see the muscles as well. They train hardcore, no doubt about it. Kickboxing and Muay Thai and all that, right? Real good. You mentioned judo, you mentioned the Brazilian jiu-jitsu side, which I'm not too into at all. Ground fighter, but they're good at what they do. You mentioned you do Aikido, but you also said Aiki Jiu-Jitsu, is it? Or Aiki Jitsu? Aiki Jiu-Jitsu, Aiki Jiu-Jitsu. I don't know much about the difference between those two. Never did, but I can look it up, if you want to talk about it, you can, but it's like, I can look it up. I guess what you're saying, Aiki Jitsu or Aiki Jiu-Jitsu, I can't express that. It's like, it's more geared towards fighting, is it? I guess, I don't know, like the Khan is the devastating, breaking, locking techniques, I don't know, but it's like, Aikido's the same thing. It's just that I said Aikido's my favourite. Aikido's like soft and in the flow of harmony, and I feel that's the best way. The softer you are with the Tai Chi and as well, in terms of really feeling the flow. That's what we're talking about. We're not being soft and pussy. We're talking about feeling the flow of the absolute. Mirroring you, feeling the absolute flow in the actual flow of the technicality with the opponent. So where he is falling into nothing and breaking himself up, you are literally going with him, and then you're able to apply this power, like with his Tai Chi, Aikido, whatever, and you can apply the power more. You can apply the power when he's falling more. You know what I'm trying to say? If someone's falling in a certain way, the faster they're falling, the more effect your push is going to have on them. The harder they come, the harder they fall. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say, that's when the techniques work. If someone's more rigid, the more rigid someone is, the more hard it is to get their arm into a lock, right? So when you come in that flow, you know what I'm trying to say? Soft, and then you just crack at the moment. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to do it, strut, and it's like, as soon as they're off the line, see, it's like, the bigger, their arm is away from the open space so you can punch in the face. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like Wing Chun against traffic. So, you flow with that whole structure. That's what I'm trying to say. So, but with with Ronda Rousey, with these women who do sport combat fighting, I don't like to see it. Two women fighting. I just don't like it, my person, because I think female. With men is stupid enough. You say men fighting and that to be the strong ones. It's the same as lions and animals hunting in the forest and stuff. I'm not saying the females don't do any hunting, but I'm saying that the lions in the forest, the lions. Tigers, they be hunting and that, because they're the strong ones. The males will fight to protect, their prey, or they're for the food or for their mates. It's literally so bone-headed motherfucking males. But it's like you can understand it more, right? So I'm just saying that, but I'm not going to go on about people's different characteristics and how they think and whatever. You can never win. It's too complex. But what I'm trying to say is. I'm trying to say that these people, these women who do it, I don't agree with it. We've seen women or kids being put into it as such in terms of that kind of sport fighting, and it just promoting violence and the ego, and it's not the humble side and all the true martial way, where it really, really was. And I'm not just making bullshit up, and mystical and humble but really, they be carried on kung fu. But I'm saying really, that's what it really was, though. They don't get that in this day and age. It's just modern knockouts and dropouts, for real. But again, and again, the thing I really don't like, also another thing I don't like, is you see women versus men now in combat. And they say, well, they're okay, they can match up to the men. Why can't we? It's been really accepted and stuff. And I see it like the men see the women as almost like equal to men, and it's okay. Or women see themselves as even, in terms of like being like a fighter like that in a ring, or in so many aspects that make them like male almost. And then you see men like who are like the other way, like they're like women, they want to carry on. And so I call them faggots. Excuse my fucking language, I don't give a damn, right? But the reason I say that is not to call people names, but I'm just saying that these people. Well, they've got different ways of thinking, or they think they were born to be either a man or a woman. To me, I just can't understand that, because it doesn't fucking matter why. Well, I don't understand. I don't have to cuss people off, fair enough. But what I'm trying to, or hate that. But what I'm trying to say is the true thing is the nature of what you are. Now, it doesn't matter what you might believe. You might believe you're God. You might believe you are You know, you might believe you're a reincarnated ancient wartime fighter pilot, or you know, reincarnated. You might believe what you want to believe. The ancient times we didn't have aeroplanes. I'm aware of what I'm saying. It's like some people are so aware of what they're saying, they're not aware of what it is, you know, around them, of how useless it is. But it's like I'm just saying that, you know, it's like, but some people, like, you know, go against their own self sometimes. You know, it's like, I don't know what to say, but it's like yin and yang's there. You've got to balance it. If you're a male, you're a male. If you're a female, you're a female. And in terms of the body too, and the mind, I don't know what to say. But in terms of, I'm not going to go on too much about that, because that's the whole thing. There's so many things we can talk about. Schizophrenia. I've watched these documentaries and stuff about people in mental hospitals too, and things like that. I can hear people saying it now. Richard, you should be in one. But it's like things that were like accepted back in the day and they're not now, or they weren't then and they are now, or that would have been seen as a mental illness back then. And there's people in prisons now, or but when I see like the whole world now, and even like America, for example, now I'm not American, fair enough. Who the fuck am I to say anything about it? But I'm saying countries like America, for example. In England, this is illegal, but I'm just saying in countries where they're allowed to have guns for the protection, or in countries where people are like voting for like weed and marijuana and drugs, you got to ask yourself, what the fuck is all this about? A gun is a weapon for defence. The laws are obviously not strong enough. If people are saying that, you know, because it's illegal, that's the reason why people keep getting so many guns, and you know, that's what it is. Let's make it legal because people have the right to protect themselves. That means that's an absolute war zone. You see these news stories every single fucking day almost of schools and campuses or wherever all over the world. Plus this terrorism shit going on. I'm not going to go into detail about that. I won't finish. It's like. But you know, these shootings going on in schools and all this, it's like they're getting hold of guns. You've got gun crime in England too. It's usually knife crime more, but it's like it's on the rise and it's illegal there, right? And so on the actual scale, you might say it's actually worse in England, but it's not as such, nowhere near. But I'm just saying though, you know what I'm trying to say though. But it's like laws are there for a reason, like rules are there for a reason. You know, there's gun laws in China. You do get guns and that, but I'm saying it's not like that, you know. It's not like in China, it's like more safer. Certain places in the world are more safer. There's not much gun crime. So guns, you know, I like all the idea about shooting. I like razor sharp katanas. I like fucking, you know what I mean? I like guns. I like bow and arrow, all that, right? I think it's all interesting. I like martial arts, Muay Thai, even a bit of that. But I don't like kicking with the shins. I like kicking with the feet. As I say, I hate fucking. You see what happened to Anderson Silva. But I'm saying I like all the combat. Is what I'm trying to say. As long as I don't get hurt. But it's like. Yeah, for training purposes and all that. For training purposes. Like you said, like gun clubs and things like that, yeah. But not literally, you know, I don't believe in bullshit, I'm just saying, right? So, you know, the stuff they've got in this day and age is just the way people think in this society. It's just society the problem, it's people. It's not that we're talking about martial arts or we're talking about this or that as such, it's the mentality. They're not coming from a true reality, nature, path, honesty in themselves first, connecting with nature and everything around them and loving life and just hearing people out respectfully, using what they can, growing their crops in the field and such, you know, not stealing from others, not throwing all their money away. You know, they're not being logical like that. They're being the opposite. People are just going around and following this fucking cheesy society of crap. And then we got this product here for entertainment, like you're saying, yeah, entertainment value. And I think it's a good thing that, you know, well done to them. Good luck that entertainers of all kinds, that sports players and actors and things and directors, they get, you know, games makers, they get a lot of money, higher money for that. Good. I think that's what we need. Imagination is what we need. Showing art and to inspire people to do good. But there's there's good and bad in everything, yeah, but there's a lot of bad I see in the MMA too. But it's like the MMA, like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just the way it is, and this thing is like, there's nothing I can say. It's like, it's an entertainment form, and people like to go in to do it, and they do what they want to do, so it's not up to me to say anything about anyone's lifestyle, what they do, anything I've said in this video, okay? So they can do what they want to do, and people want to also go to watch it, and they like it. and people are getting money for that too. And as long as they're that, as long as people are in control of themselves and don't blame the influence of the society, blame themselves for picking up a gun and shooting someone, blame themselves for getting angry with someone, even just looking at someone funny, fuck you, what are you looking, you know what I mean? It's like, that's the wrong attitude. Again, it's like, they feel that everybody owes them, they've got to have that respect. If you've got negative thoughts in your mind and you can't control your actions, it's down to the individual. That's what I feel. So if people want to get into a ring and do all this bear pit or what the fuck, or MMA, right? And just and people watching it on TV and everybody's in, the viewers love it. For whatever fucked up reasons, I don't like to watch movies about torture and things like that. For example, horror films about torture. Yeah, did you see the woman who gets chopped up slowly, bit by bit, and then cut in her butt by day? How disgusting! You know, I hate things like that, you know. But it's like a horror film about a killer or someone or like a ghost or something, you know. Could be interesting, or zombies, you know. But I don't like the things about torture. You know, we always want to see the hero win. You know, we like to see films and TV shows and films about intense situations or like whatever it might be. You know, like even think about what do you call it, anarchy and things, and like the Purge, movies like that. We like to see how people, the heroes, get through because we like to feel that we have to go through all this pain. Like it's intense. The feeling that we want to overcome this and we want to come out on top. And we watch the entertainment, but when you see things on TV about wars and stuff or riots in the world, and it's like entertainment. Some people can't separate the two. The different. This is real life, and we should be learning to find peace. And I respect people like Disney and stuff like that. I'm also making my little simple cartoons, don't forget, on my cartoon channel on YouTube. I'm doing my animation also. But I'm saying that's simple stuff. But I'm saying people that make cartoons and stuff like The Simpsons or like Disney, Pixar and all that, I respect them because they've got so much heart and they share good, colourful, really good morals in a lot of ways for people in this messed up, complicated world that we're living in. So that's what it's really about. People like Robin Williams, who I was a massive fan of before, such a warm man. And Robin Williams, again, people like Will Ferrell, such a funny man, yeah. People that are very brave and very funny, like Sacha Baron Cohen, actors like that, open-minded people. I'm a massive fan of Jock Fresco, big fan of Richard Dawkins. I'm not really religious myself, but I'm just saying, but I like him as a logical thinker, saying that nobody knows the actual whole goal, everything about the universe. There could be a God, we don't know. I'm not personally religious myself, but he's like a scientist and he's just looking for logical. Anyone who's looking for logical, honest communication. I saw a guy on the internet who was a Sikh religion, a turban on, some guy with a beard. He was a Sikh, and he was talking about how human beings should respect each other and protect, life, and no matter who you are, what you believe. There's certain Buddhists, there's certain yogis, they're called yogis, other people that do yoga, I don't know, yogis, and there's like wise men on there. There's a man called, what's his name, Sadhguru, not sad like you're crying, but sad, S-A-D-H, Guru, G-U-R-U, I think that's his name, Sadhguru, and he's an Indian guy, I think, and he's like a very wise man. There's lots of videos online talking about how you can relieve your stress, why people have so much stress. You can be logical with yourself. Why, he's not just some guy in robes and a beard and that's it. I'm looking for reality. I don't care if you're in a fucking McDonald's outfit right now, you know what I'm saying? But underneath it all, we're all human beings. Whether you're in a gi, whether you're in an army suit, army camouflage. Why the fuck are you in the army camouflage? Why are you holding a gun? Camouflage I can understand, but it's like, is it necessary? Yeah, because there's threats around, that's why we learn martial arts. Stealth, that's why people feel they have to protect themselves. And based on the laws of the land that we make, or based on the circumstances, we need different ways to protect ourselves. The guy back in the ancient days would use a fire and a stick against a wild animal like a tiger, a beast or something. Nowadays you got someone using their fucking pistol against that guy running up with an AK. It's like people selling drugs and all this. I've seen these crazy videos of people on drugs and stuff online, and you see these rough videos of world star hip hop, people getting knocked the fuck out, and it's like, what's going on in this world? And then all these terror attacks and fights and people protesting for this or that. You got Obamacare, this care, that care, the fucking Tea Party, whatever it is. I've got nothing to do with politics, I'm not even fucking interested in it. You ask me anything about this or that, politics or anything in history or any memorable things, big changes for the government, the country. I don't know. You can call me an infidel. You call me a little fucking... Well, but I don't give a shit. I'm like someone in a temple. And the temple is where? My fucking nature. Because if all these people weren't here talking about all this crap in their suits and all this shit... If I weren't doing that, I would be just comfortable with grass, trees around, mountains and that. And I might start to build myself up a house, and it might look so good. I might build myself the most posh cave. If I was really good, it might even look like a modern day house. I'm just saying for example, right? But it's like, you can live your life very well without the bullshit. You can live in peace without all that fucking noise going on. You know, you might connect, you know. I don't know what to say. If it's fucking cold, close the window, close the door up, the draft. You know what I mean? If it's cold inside, if it's we'll go out in the sun while it's there. You know, it's like the way the world is unbelievable. It's not about confidence. It's not about different types of people. It's not about emotion. Not about society. Not about what's accepted, what's not. It's not about certain types of art. It's not about entertainment. It's not about money. Government, it's not about any walk of life, the cleaner, the bank manager, it's not about any of all of this. It's not about ancient texts that were written. I'm not trying to say all history is rubbish now, it's not used. No, I'm saying it's not about any of this. It's about this fucking moment we're in now. I'm sitting in this room, you see it? This concrete wall here made, and that wooden door, that wood was cut from a fucking tree. Reality. Reality, we're here right now. I've got this computer in front of me, it's man-made. I'm speaking to this camera, speaking to another human being, for example, right? We're here. What the fuck are we doing with our lives? Come on, Richard, now you're going too deep now. Yeah. And also, Richard, you think so much. I can see that I need to be confident with myself, right? I'm not saying what you said. What you said was right. You was like sending us a good message. And some people you have to speak on different levels, because I know there's like students I teach here in the colleges, and some people like do lacking confidence and they're not up to that level. They're not. It seems to me. Always don't forget appeared, but it seems to me that they're on only a simple way mind frame. They're doing a simple, not very experienced as such there, so you can only speak to them in a certain way. Like me, I might say that to someone also. Be confident, come on, you can do it. Come on, and that might make them feel good. Like the next day, they'll come back and say, "Richard, I did great." I said, "Really? Yeah." So thanks for giving me the put a pat on the back, and that's okay, yeah, good, yeah, see, now you can do more. And these little things, it's like what you do with children and that, and it builds them up. They build themselves up, they don't realise it's them doing it. But you see what I'm trying to say? I wouldn't like to say, well done, in fact, you took my advice, did you? Yeah, you see, I told you, but I'm great, you know, fuck me, I'm your lifesaver for the whole future. No, not a point. I will say, you did that, you see that? Try again, pick it up, I'll let them learn by themselves. You know what I mean? Because the truth is, your teacher gives you some advice, or someone, a martial arts teacher, and you go home and you practice those techniques so fucking hard, and you remember your teacher your whole life. But for fuck's sake, did you ever remember the one who was always by your side or with you, the closest to you? It was you in your mind, that voice in your head, you're sweating, training in the rain, or whatever kind of different challenges you might have in your life. You were the one doing it when nobody else was there. So whether someone's there or they're not, they're fucking nowhere to be seen, you are there. And even though you might say that, well, it's someone's encouraging words or someone's encouragement or this or advice that was in my mind the whole time and that's what pushed me on to do it, or someone's warm smile and I remember that and that pushed me on and that's what did it. I did it by myself, but that's what inspired me. It's still wrong, because the only reason you remember someone's smile, or the only reason you remember someone's advice, or the only reason you remember someone's help in any way, is because you value those things already yourself. In your mind, you think this kind of thing is good. Someone's smiling, someone pushing. You believe in encouragement. You believe in all these good things. You believe in it so much. It's like you wanted to do it, so you could have done it without that even. But it's like some people, they just need this motivation. I was talking to my students recently about people needing. I know I'm rambling again in this one. Never mind, fuck it. But people needing the extra. That push to do it, like they just need a push in that direction, but you can never push them in a direction that they're not going. It's always the ball rolling down the hill or whichever angle. You'll only get like the Tai Chi flow again. See, you're the good Tai Chi people to help people. The same as with your enemies, they want to beat themselves. But it's like, it's like if someone's going to kill themselves, what can you do? If someone's determined to live, what can you do? It's like you have to work with someone's power. So you have to go in the flow of where they're already going. If there's someone's in love and they want to speak to someone, they want to, I want to talk to that girl, for example, you say, go for it, come on, no you can. If they really want to do it, they will. If someone's really terrified to do something, and you say, yeah, don't do it. If you say, come on, have a try, go for it, they still probably won't take your advice. The only advice they take, the only things they really know, are when their desire is more powerful than their fear. Than their desire and the confidence level are two different things. You know what I'm trying to say? So if either one's more powerful than the other, that's the one that they're going to follow. Wisdom comes from studying all this and studying what you yourself are doing and looking at the world around you. Because I think the way I do, I know what I think, and my mind is my world. And I study and I think and I do. But it's going to be nothing alone. It's like everything I have learned, I have taught myself from studying from the world around me. I've been living in a real world. That's what it basically is, right? So martial arts is no different as well, But yeah, that's just how I feel. That's how I feel. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it's been useful to anyone out there. And this is for Mike Rees, as I say. I've got another sports competition meeting this afternoon. I've got to meet with the students and teachers, and also maybe tomorrow too. It's kind of wet and miserable days out there kind of thing, but it's okay. It's cool, colder, but it's cooler. It's tropics here usually, as I say, so it's nice to have a bit of cool weather. But I'll be out there, might have to bring my umbrella in the bag, and running again this afternoon and again tomorrow. But I'm free for the most part for all day and tomorrow. I'm going to have my lunch soon. I've got a cup of tea over there. Got some cups of tea. I love my tea. And then I've got the weekend off, as I say, Saturday, and then Sunday I've got something else to do in the morning. I'll be back again in the afternoon. It's a quick video telling you about my week, everybody. Tell you about my weakness. Martial arts for life. But I agree totally with everything you said, though, Mike, in all aspects of combat and training. People who do different things, people who want to be soldiers or police officers in this real society that we do build, the same way as we've built, as we've developed science, technology, schools, hospitals, all that, right? It's real, yes. I'm not saying it's all just a dream. It's good how we're developing, but inside, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's like the reality's got to be real, is what I'm trying to say. And they do what they want to do. I do what I want to do. The same way as I communicate with people. If someone's not positive with me and they're negative, I try to avoid it, and I try to build myself up by collecting more friends, because there are people out there who will try to understand and make better communication. So I look for those people rather than assholes. Okay, I'm going to stop this here. Thank you so much for watching. It means so much. Okay, train on and stay safe. And I always say, martial arts forever. Thank you very much for watching. Love your videos, and everybody watching this. Okay, keep sharing what you do too. I love seeing what you do. Okay, take care.